Most people assume that living to a vibrant 90 or 100 is about finding one magic superfood or a secret, expensive supplement. But after 60, the real story, confirmed by decades of research in the world's longest living communities, is far simpler and much more reassuring. It's not about restriction, it's about consistency. This matters deeply because the way we eat directly affects our day-to-day independence. It influences how steady you feel on your feet, your energy for visiting family, your mental clarity, and your ability to manage chronic conditions like high blood pressure or diabetes without them managing you. In this video, we're going to walk through the 5 core food habits shared by seniors in the blue zones, from the mountains of Sardinia, Italy, to the islands of Okinawa, Japan. You'll learn exactly what they eat, why it works in your body, and how to easily adapt these lessons to your own kitchen. Stay with me to the end, because the number one food on our list is the most powerful and overlooked of them all. I'll also give you a simple action plan and a 20-second pantry check you can do the moment this video is over. This is about practical, science-backed information, not scare tactics, just clear guidance to help you thrive. If you're looking for trustworthy health information designed for this chapter of life, you're in the right place. Consider subscribing and joining our community of wellness-minded seniors. We'd love to have you. We're going to count down from 5 to 1, starting with the foundation of every single Blue Zone diet. Number 5 is what I call the 95% plate. This is the principle that nearly everything people in these regions eat originates from a plant. This doesn't mean you must become a strict vegetarian or vegan. In fact, most of these cultures do eat meat, but it's treated as a small side dish or a celebratory food, enjoyed maybe a few times a month. The star of the show, day in and day out, is plants. Here's the simple mechanism at play. Plant foods, vegetables, fruits, grains, and legumes are packed with fiber. Fiber is the preferred food for the trillions of good bacteria living in your gut, what we call the microbiome. When these bacteria are well fed, they produce compounds that reduce inflammation throughout your body. Inflammation is a key driver of many age-related issues, from achy joints to heart disease. A healthy gut also helps regulate your immune system and can even influence your mood. The scenario this helps with is that feeling of heaviness or sluggishness after a big, meat-heavy meal. Or perhaps you struggle with irregular digestion or constipation, which can become more common as we age. A plant-forward plate keeps things moving smoothly and provides energy without the crash. The high fiber content also helps manage blood sugar by slowing down the absorption of glucose, which is critical for anyone managing or trying to prevent type 2 diabetes. So what are the practical steps? Start by thinking of meat as the condiment, not the centerpiece. If you make a stew, use half the meat you normally would and double the vegetables and beans. Aim to eat a rainbow of colors each day, as different colors signify different protective antioxidants. A simple goal is to have vegetables make up at least half of your plate at lunch and dinner. A budget-friendly tip is to lean on frozen vegetables and dried beans or lentils. They are just as nutritious as fresh, last much longer, and are incredibly affordable. If you're making one small change this week, try making one dinner completely meat-free. A hearty lentil soup or a black bean chili can be just as satisfying. Always discuss major dietary shifts with your doctor, especially if you have underlying digestive conditions. From the foundation of plants, we move to the type of fuel that powers these communities. Coming in at number 4 are whole grains, the body's slow-burn fuel. In our modern, carb-fearing world, bread, rice, and corn have often been painted as the enemy. But in the blue zones, whole grains are a cherished staple. Nicoyans in Costa Rica make corn tortillas, Icarians in Greece and Sardinians in Italy eat hearty sourdough breads, and Okinawans have traditionally eaten sweet potatoes and some brown rice. The key difference is the word whole. A whole grain contains all parts of the original kernel, the bran, the germ, and the endosperm. This is where the fiber, B vitamins, and minerals are. Refined grains, like white bread or white rice, have had the most nutritious parts stripped away, leaving mostly starch. The mechanism here is all about blood sugar stability. When you eat a refined carbohydrate, it breaks down into sugar very quickly, causing a rapid spike in your blood glucose. Your pancreas then releases a surge of insulin to manage it, and what often follows is a crash that leaves you feeling tired, foggy, and hungry again soon after. Whole grains, because of their high fiber content, are digested slowly. They provide a steady, reliable release of energy, like a log burning slowly in a fireplace rather than a piece of paper that flares up and is gone in a second. This slow burn is crucial for maintaining energy levels and protecting your insulin sensitivity over the long term. A common misconception I want to address right now is the idea that all carbohydrates are bad for you, especially after 60. This is simply not true. Your brain's primary source of fuel is glucose, which comes from carbohydrates. The problem isn't carbs, it's the type and quantity of carbs. The ultra-processed, sugary, white flour products are what cause the issues. Slow release, high fiber, whole grain carbohydrates are a cornerstone of a healthy diet at any age. Think about that classic 3 p.m. energy slump, where you feel the need for a nap or a sugary snack just to get through the afternoon. That's often the result of a blood sugar crash from a refined carb lunch. Switching to whole grains can smooth out that energy curve. The practical step is to read the label. For bread, the first ingredient should be whole wheat or whole grain, not just wheat flour. Try starting your day with oatmeal, which is a fantastic whole grain. Instead of white rice, experiment with brown rice, quinoa, or barley. And if you enjoy bread, look for a traditionally made sourdough. The fermentation process in sourdough can make the nutrients more available and easier to digest for some people. A simple switch from white toast to whole grain toast at breakfast can make a meaningful difference in your energy for the rest of the day. Now let's talk about a small food that packs a huge nutritional punch. Number 3 is the daily dose of nuts and seeds. Across the blue zones, a small handful of nuts is a common daily snack. For instance, in Ikaria and Sardinia, almonds are prevalent. The Adventists in Loma Linda, California, the only blue zone in the United States, are also frequent nut eaters, and studies on their population have strongly linked nut consumption to longer, healthier lives. The why behind this is centered on healthy fats, minerals, and protein. Nuts are a wonderful source of unsaturated fats, including omega-3 fatty acids, particularly in walnuts. These fats are essential for brain health, helping to maintain the integrity of our cell membranes and reduce inflammation. Chronic, low-grade inflammation is a known contributor to cognitive decline, so tamping it down is crucial. Furthermore, nuts are rich in magnesium, a mineral that plays a role in over 300 biochemical reactions in the body. It's vital for muscle function, nerve transmission, and maintaining a steady heartbeat. It also helps regulate blood pressure by relaxing the blood vessels. Many older adults don't get enough magnesium, which can contribute to muscle cramps and fatigue. The relatable scenario here might be dealing with morning stiffness in your joints or just feeling that your memory isn't as sharp as it once was. While no single food is a cure, a diet rich in anti-inflammatory compounds from sources like nuts can contribute to better joint and brain health over time. They also provide a satisfying combination of protein, fat, and fiber that helps you feel full and avoid reaching for less healthy snacks. If you find this information helpful and easy to understand, A simple tap on the subscribe button ensures you won't miss our future videos on living well after 60. The practical application is simple. Aim for about a handful or a quarter cup of mixed, unsalted nuts each day. Walnuts are a top choice for brain health due to their high omega-3 content. Almonds are excellent for magnesium and vitamin E. Brazil nuts are incredibly rich in selenium, a key antioxidant mineral, but you only need 1 or 2 per day to meet your needs. You can eat them plain as a snack, chop them up and sprinkle them on your oatmeal or a salad, or use a nut butter on whole grain toast. A great pairing is a handful of nuts with a piece of fruit. The protein and fat from the nuts will slow the absorption of the sugar from the fruit, providing another layer of blood sugar control. A quick safety note: if you are on blood thinners like warfarin, be mindful of your intake of vitamin K. While nuts aren't the highest source, they do contain some, so consistency is key. As always, discuss this with your clinician. Next, we'll look at what the world's longest living people are drinking. Number 2 is what I call the drink like a centenarian habit. It's less about a single magical beverage and more about a pattern of hydration and mindful consumption. The primary beverage in every blue zone is, unsurprisingly, water. But they also regularly consume other things. Okinawans drink green tea, Icarians drink herbal teas, and Sardinians and Icarians often enjoy a small glass of local red wine. Let's break down the mechanisms. First, water. As we age, our sense of thirst can diminish, making it easier to become dehydrated without even realizing it. Dehydration can manifest as fatigue, dizziness, confusion, and constipation. Proper hydration is fundamental for good circulation, which delivers oxygen and nutrients to every cell in your body. It also lubricates your joints and helps your kidneys flush out waste products effectively. The scenario might be feeling a bit lightheaded when you stand up too quickly or noticing your skin is drier than it used to be. These can both be subtle signs of inadequate fluid intake. Beyond water, the teas popular in these regions are rich in catechins and other antioxidants. These are plant compounds that help protect your cells from damage caused by oxidative stress, a process similar to rusting that contributes to aging. Green tea, in particular, has been studied for its potential benefits for heart and brain health. And what about the wine? This is where context is everything. In Sardinia and Icaria, they drink a local, potent red wine called Cannonau, which is high in antioxidants. But crucially, they drink it in moderation, typically 1 small glass, with a meal, and often in a social setting with friends and family. It's part of the fabric of their community and their mealtime ritual. The benefits likely come from a combination of the wine's antioxidants and the stress-reducing effect of social connection. This leads us to a simple, 3-step action plan you can adopt. First, start your day with a large glass of water, even before your coffee or tea. Keep a water bottle with you during the day as a visual reminder. Second, try swapping one sugary drink, like a soda or sweetened juice, for an unsweetened herbal or green tea. Third, if you enjoy alcohol, consider the Blue Zone approach. Reframe it from a tool for unwinding alone to a small pleasure enjoyed with food and company. Moderation is the absolute key. For many people, especially with certain health conditions or medications, the safest amount of alcohol is none at all. So this is an important conversation to have with your doctor. And now, we've arrived at the number 1 spot on our list. This is the single food group that is the most powerful common denominator across all 5 blue zones. It's affordable, accessible, and profoundly good for you. The number 1 longevity food, the most overlooked and humble hero of the blue zone diet, is beans. Yes, beans. From black beans in Costa Rica and fava beans in the Mediterranean to soybeans in Okinawa and adzuki beans, every single blue zone culture has a deep tradition of eating beans daily. On average, they eat about a full cup every single day. The mechanism that makes beans so powerful is their unique combination of nutrients. They are one of the best sources of plant-based protein, which is essential for maintaining muscle mass as we age. But critically, that protein is packaged with an enormous amount of fiber, especially soluble fiber. Here's how it works in your body. That soluble fiber forms a gel-like substance in your digestive tract. This gel does two incredible things. First, it slows down digestion dramatically. This means the glucose from your meal enters your bloodstream very slowly and steadily, preventing blood sugar spikes and keeping you feeling full and satisfied for hours. This is why a meal with beans has such staying power. Second, this gel actually binds to cholesterol and bile acids in your gut and helps escort them out of the body. It's like a natural cleaning crew for your circulatory system, actively helping to lower your LDL, or bad, cholesterol. The scenario this addresses is twofold. If you struggle with cravings for unhealthy foods between meals, beans can be a game changer because they promote such profound satiety. And if your doctor has mentioned that your cholesterol numbers are creeping up, increasing your bean intake is one of the most effective dietary strategies you can employ. Furthermore, the fiber in beans is a superstar at feeding your good gut bacteria, promoting the healthy, anti-inflammatory microbiome we talked about earlier. The practical step is to aim for that 1 cup a day target. If you're not used to eating beans, start slowly with a half cup to allow your digestive system to adjust. Worried about gas? There are simple tricks. If you're using dried beans, soak them overnight and discard the soaking water. If you're using canned beans, give them a thorough rinse before using them. This washes away many of the compounds that can cause digestive upset. Beans are incredibly versatile and cheap. You can add a can of chickpeas to a salad, toss black beans into a soup or stew, make a simple lentil curry, or even mash some cannellini beans with garlic and olive oil to make a delicious spread for whole grain toast. They are a true nutritional powerhouse, and their daily consumption is arguably the most significant dietary secret of the world's longest living people. So, let's bring this all together. It's not about a complicated diet or exotic ingredients. The path to a healthier, more vibrant life, as demonstrated by these remarkable seniors around the world, is built on simple, consistent habits. Your action plan for this week can be simple. First, focus on that 95% plate, making vegetables and plants the star. Second, choose slow burn, whole grains over refined ones for sustained energy. Third, incorporate a daily handful of nuts for healthy fats and minerals. Fourth, hydrate wisely with water and teas. And finally, embrace the #1 longevity food, beans. Here is the 20-second pantry check I promised you. Right after this video, open your cupboard. Do you see a can of beans? A bag of lentils? Some whole grain oats or brown rice? A small bag of almonds or walnuts? If the answer is no, that's your first, simplest step. On your next trip to the store, pick one of each. Having them on hand is half the battle. Remember, every small, positive choice you make is a step toward greater energy, better mobility, and a longer, healthier independence. It's about nourishing your body so you can continue to live a full and meaningful life. I'll link some easy recipes and plain language sources in the description below for you. What is the one food from this list you're most excited to try adding to your meals this week? Let us know in the comments below. Sharing our goals can be a wonderful way to stay motivated. If you found this video valuable, please give it a thumbs up and share it with a friend who might benefit. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.